Nicola Sturgeon's hopes of rejoining the EU could face a stumbling block as an expert warned Scotland is economically irrelevant to the EU. Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon made her feelings about Brexit perfectly clear this week after she reportedly demanded the EU flag is flown from Scottish government buildings every day. This order came in updated official guidance over which flags should be flown from buildings run by the Scottish Government and its agencies. Constitution spokesman for the Scottish Tories, Dean Lockhart, responded furiously to the move, saying it makes no sense. He added, the UK has left the EU, so Nicola Sturgeon's personal decision to order the flying of the EU flag on Scottish government buildings makes no sense. It reconfirms the SNP's refusal to accept referendum results and their ongoing focus on constitutional issues at the expense of more important priorities. But we should not be surprised. Like all nationalists, Sturgeon is obsessed with flags. A Scottish government spokesman said, the EU flag is flown to reflect the overwhelming vote of the people of Scotland to remain in Europe, and as a mark of solidarity with the hundreds of thousands of EU citizens who continue to call Scotland home despite Brexit. Ms. Sturgeon has been clear that she wants to take an independent Scotland back into the EU, but experts believe this process could see the country encounter challenges. Andreas Ramation, a professor of law at the University of Glasgow, warned that Scotland cannot afford to be difficult in talks with the EU, indicating Ms. Sturgeon may have to accept much of Brussels' demands. He added that Scotland is economically irrelevant to the bloc as he suggested the country would also need a constitution to join. Mr. Ramation wrote for Euronews in January 2020, the EU has recently turned down 2 countries which sought EU membership, and these had functioning constitutions. The EU would be foolish if it considered EU membership for Scotland without a modern constitutional system and with, perhaps, a raucous nationalism instead, as if the EU does not have enough of that, especially since the EU has now luckily got rid of the eternal troublemaker, Britain. Economically, Scotland, with a population the size of less than 2/3 of Greater Paris, is entirely irrelevant for the EU, so politically it cannot afford to be difficult.